Step number 3, pole zero diagram. Step number 3, it is pole zero diagram. Step number 1 and 2, we are calculating the value as well as the count. Okay, we are calculating the values as well as count. This is step number 1 and 2. In 3A, we are doing the pole zero diagram. 3B, we are finding number of root locus branches. Now, this is step number 4, angle of asymptotes we are calculating, step number 4. Step number 5, we have to calculate, okay, centroid. Step number 5, we have to calculate centroid. Centroid formula is sum of poles minus sum of zeros divided by number of poles minus number of zeros. The sum should be only real part should be taken. Only real part we have to take in the calculation of sum of poles, sum of zeros. Okay. Now, what are the pole values? You can see P1 value is -1. Then P2 value, only real part you have to take. Okay, P2, P3, only real part you have to take. -2, then -2. These are sum of poles. Minus sum of zeros. Zero value is 0. Okay, 1 0 present at origin. So this is sum of zeros divided by count. Number of poles 3 in number, number of zeros 1 in number. Okay, this is the calculation. Sum of poles minus sum of zeros, you have to take only real part. On simplification, we will be having here -5 divided by 2. We are having -2.5 is the value of centroid. Centroid value is -2.5. This is -2. Here I am trying something like -2.5. This is centroid. Now at the centroid, you have to draw the dotted line plus 90 degrees and plus 270 degrees. 90 degrees means positive side. 90 degrees means positive side. Okay, I have drawn plus 90 degrees vertically up dotted line. That is asymptote number 1. Asymptote number 2 should be bottomwards. Okay, 270 degrees. 270 degrees. These are drawing the asymptote. We are having 90 degrees and 270 degrees in the calculation. And asymptote should be drawn at the centroid. Asymptote should be drawn at the centroid. Okay, so we have done the at the centroid -2.5, we have drawn the asymptotes. Now, as per the question, part A is angle of asymptote. Step number 4, we calculated angle of asymptote. And part B is centroid value, -2.5 is the value. -2.5 is the value. Okay, so this is asymptote and centroid calculation. Further, we have to see complex poles are there. What is the angle of departure? Complex zeros are there. What is the angle of arrival? They will start with some angle. Okay, and they will travel along the asymptotes up to infinity. Just I will show you. There will be a root locus branch here. Okay, the root locus branch will start from here and it will travel along the asymptotes. Okay, up to infinity. It should be a free curve. Okay, I'm not able to draw it properly. Kindly excuse. Here you can just take another root locus branch with free hand, no scale, nothing. With free hand you have to draw. Starting point should be from the pole, so you have to put arrow mark away from the pole. And we are assuming 0 at infinity. We are assuming 0 at infinity. We are assuming 0 at infinity because shortage of zeros means we have to assume them at infinity. Starting point k value 0, ending point k value infinity. This is root locus branch number 2 and this is root locus branch 3. Starting point k value 0, ending point k value infinity. Okay, here some background calculations are there. Just to close the entire concept, I have drawn it. Okay, I have drawn the root locus branch 2 and 3 just to explain. Okay, just to explain, I have drawn it to the fullest. Otherwise, there is some background calculation. The last step, step number 5, I completed centroid. 6 is break-in, breakaway point. In step number 7 only, we will come across angle of departure, angle of arrival. Okay, based on that only, these 2 branches can be drawn. Presently, to show you, there are 3 branches. I have done it roughly. Okay. Now, I am going to the 6th point. 5 steps completed. Now, coming to the 6th point, breakaway point, break-in point. And this will come only when root locus branch exists between poles, between zeros. If root locus branch exists between poles or between zeros, we will come across breakaway point. Okay, if root locus branch is between poles, we have to calculate breakaway point. If root locus branch is between zeros, then we have to calculate breaking point. Okay, for example, this is x-axis, y-axis. Two poles are present here. If we draw the root locus branch, okay, this will be part of the root locus because on its right, okay, odd number of poles plus zeros. One branch will start from the pole, another branch will start from this pole. They are coming towards each other. Two branches are coming towards each other. At one particular point, they will be breaking away. One branch will go upside, other branch will go downside. Okay, and they will be symmetrically moving. Symmetrical upside, the fashion of drawing should be similar to the downwards, okay, the branch. This is in the case of breakaway point. This is breakaway point because root locus branch is between poles. So breakaway point will come. Break-in point means if root locus branch is between zeros. If we have x-axis, y-axis, if two zeros are present, okay, and you can see odd number of poles plus zeros on its right. So this will be root locus branch. Because on its right, okay, this segment on its right, odd number of poles plus zeros. And always root locus branch will end at the zero, so you have to put arrow mark towards the zero. Both sides you have to put arrow mark towards the zero. In this case, there will be a pole at infinity, assumption there will be a pole at infinity, and a branch will start from there, and somewhere it will break in and reach to the zero. This will start, another branch will start from infinity, break in and reach the second zero. Okay, from the pole it is coming. This is the direction. From the pole it is coming. Whenever there is shortage of poles, we have to assume poles at infinity. Whenever there is shortage of zeros, we have to assume zeros at infinity. This is the break-in point. Okay, break-in point. When root locus branch is between zeros, break-in point will come. Whenever root locus branch is between poles, then breakaway point will come. Okay, the calculation for this, we will take up a problem and do it. Okay, so as of now, if you see, you know how to calculate a number of root locus branches. Okay, how to calculate centroid, how many asymptotes are required. Okay, how many asymptotes are required is nothing but uh, how many branches start or end at infinity. How many root locus branches start or end at infinity, those many number of asymptotes are required. Okay, so these are the basic things we have learned as of now in root locus. We will stop here for this session.